So apart from the use of arithmetic combination of actually 2 or 3 functions, we also have another technique in which we can be able to combine the functions. That's what you call composite method. So how do we combine 2 functions actually in a composite manner? So we should have to look at what you call composite functions. Let's say we have a function f of x. Let me just have to use another ink here. Let's say we have a function given as should be f of x, and that is given as equal to y, and I have a function g of x, and that which is given as y as well. So how should we be able to combine these 2 functions in a composite manner? So the symbol for composite is given as that case. So which means, let's say if we like to have f composite g of x. So in this case, this is the same as f of g of x. So it should be that. So which means g of x is the input of the function f of x. So this is f composite g. And I can have, let's say, g composite f, which is the same as g of f of x. That should be that. So that's how we combine 2 functions in a composite manner. Now what if we have the following cases and see how should we have to combine the functions in a composite manner. For example, let's say we have a function f of x, let's say, which is given as 3x plus 1, and now we have another function g of x, which is given as should be now 2x and minus 5. So now compute the following. A, f composite of g should be x. So what is that one? What it means is that we'll have f of g of x, so it should be that. So this is the same as having it as what is actually, so which means we'll have f of what is g of x, negative 2x plus 5. So now which means we'll have to substitute where there's x in the function of f of x. We'll have to have that, and because it is an input now. So now have 3 times negative 2x plus 5 and plus 1. Now which is the same as negative 6x and plus 15 should be plus 1, which is the same as negative 6x plus 16. So that's the composite function of that one. Let's say have to should have now a case B, which now have to calculate what is now f of composite of negative 2, let's say negative 2. So in this case, we should have to first of all have what is the composite of f composite g, then have to have negative 2 as the input. So unfortunately I happen to cancel that one out. So let me just have to have this one. As now, if we are looking for f composite g of, let's say, negative 2, it means we have to substitute negative 2 into this one. That's what it means there. Now what if we have this case? Let's say we have should be g composite f, let's say, of 10. So what's that one? First thing, you have to evaluate what is g composite f. So in this case we'll have g of f of x, so it should be that, which is the same as g, what is f of x? We have it as negative, should be 3x and plus 1. So now, which is the same as, now have it as negative 3x plus 1 minus 5. Now have it as negative 6x minus 2 minus 5. So now have it as negative 6x and minus 7. So that's what it means there. So which means, first to have this one, we have to substitute for actually 10, where there is x to have the output in that case. And what if we have this case now? Let's say we have these functions. So we have f of x being given as, let's say, x squared minus should be 3x plus 4. So should be plus 4. And we have g of x, which is equal to minus 3x. So now let's have to evaluate what is g composite f, let's say for negative 5, and for that case, and also f composite g of, let's say, 0. So start that and start at your own time. And also try these problems as well. Let's say we have, and that should be, now we have g of x, a g of x being given as now ax squared, and plus bx plus c, and we have I of x, which is given as x. So now compute the following. Let's say we have to compute g composite I of x, and we should also have to compute I composite g of x. And also try to have those problems out on your own as well, and see how best you can have to have the solution of those problems. So that's about the composite functions. Now let's say we have also this other case. You should also have to try this one at your own time as well. Let's say have f of x being given as, let's say, x plus 1 to the power, and that should be, let's say, 5. And that should be that. And now we have, let's say, g of x is given as, let's say, x to the power 5. And we have h of x happens to be given as x plus 1. So now we verify if this is true. F composite of g of x is equal, now should be this case. I should have it in this case. And verify if this is true, that we have a g composite h of x is given as f of x. Verify if this is true, and also try to verify this one as well if it is true as well. Now I should have it as h composite g of x is given as, let's say, f of x. Also try if this is true. So that's how you should have to understand about the combination of the functions actually in a composite manner.